And we begin with the escalating tension over Syria. Right now, the UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting at the request of the Russian government. This comes after the Russian ambassador to the UN, Vasily Nebenzia, said the priority is to avert U.S.-led strikes in Syria that could lead to a dangerous confrontation between the U.S. and Russia. Let's go ahead and go to the scene there in New York, where we have been listening to several different envoys speak on the topic already. The Russian envoy and the Chinese envoy have already spoken. Let's take a listen right now.
The further use of chemical weapons by the Assad regime, and we will continue to work with our friends and allies to coordinate an international response to that end. Mr. President, the Secretary-General mentioned the Cold War. The Cold War, of course, was bracketed by East-West cooperation. We have been on the same side as Russia. In April 1945, Russia liberated Vienna as part of our joint efforts to bring peace to Europe. In 1995, they passed the Dayton Accords as part of our joint efforts to bring peace and stability to Bosnia. But in 2018, they refused to work with us to bring peace to Syria. Instead, Mr. President, since the first attack on Ghouta and CWUs in 2013, the Joint Investigative Mechanism has ascribed 2 uses of mustard gas to Daesh, 3 uses of chlorine to the Syrian regime, and 1 use of sarin to the Syrian regime before the latest attack. As my French colleague has set out, UK, US and France are members in good standing of the Chemical Weapons Convention. We are members and supporters of the OPCW and its fact-finding mission. We would have dispatched an investigative mission in the debates in this Council earlier this week, but only Russia and Bolivia blocked that. Mr. President, Syria is the latest in a pernicious chronology of disregard for international law and disrespect for the international institutions that we have built together to keep us collectively safe by Russia.